Kill me! I'm here! Kill me!
Hey everybody, this is Ben the Movies coming at you with my review of Evil Dead 2, the next in the Evil Dead series that follows The Evil Dead. It's the second movie. You wouldn't be able to tell that by its title, but it's true. I love this movie. It was very interesting to me. I remember watching this for the first time and being like very, very confused because I'd seen The Evil Dead first, and obviously as a movie guy, if you're interested in a series, you want to check out them in order. Now, I will say that I didn't quite do that with this series. I saw Army of Darkness first, so The Evil Dead was a bit of a surprise for me in that it is a very different tone. But anyways, I checked out this movie after watching The Evil Dead and thought, wait, what is going on? And I'm sure that most people who are fans of this movie would probably be able to tell you why, and that is the plot is just The Evil Dead, but with different stuff and different story arcs, and it goes off in different directions. I mean, it's pretty much the exact same movie, and there's no real acknowledgement that Ash has been in this situation before. I mean, there's kind of asides that you can put your own interpretation of that make it so that you could possibly make that argument, but in reality you could watch this movie just if you package this movie as Evil Dead and put it on for somebody and then made them watch The Evil Dead, they would be equally confused, but they wouldn't feel any differently, I think, than if they were watching it in the correct order, which is interesting. But I will say this, I think this movie is fan-freaking-tastic. Even though it is definitely a rehash, but with a better budget and a different tone, it is just expertly made, extremely entertaining, totally hilarious, totally creepy. There's great moments in it that are will really make you feel super uncomfortable and freaked out and just the best of the horror genre. And then there's moments in it that are just hilarious, like the moment where he's kind of going nuts in the cabin and everything starts kind of moving with him and he starts laughing and going back and forth, and that whole thing is just so great. I mean, his interactions with his hand are fantastic. All that stuff is great. And then you also have a lot of the creepy stuff that was in the first film kind of done again, but with a little bit less of a creepy tone to it. It's a lot less about the horror and a lot more about the comedy, but both work. And I think this movie is just firing on all cylinders. I mean, if I was comparing it straight up to The Evil Dead, I think it might be a more enjoyable film for some people, but I don't think it's quite as well made, which is funny because it does have that extremely better budget, but at the same time, when you look at the first film and you look at this one, the first film to me is a lot more cinematic. I mean, there's a lot more shots in it that are very memorable and just really perfectly composed, whereas this is much more about kind of an overall tone instead of individual pieces that come together to create an overall tone, if that makes any sense. So I do think this movie is absolutely fantastic. I just absolutely adore it. But if you were going to go for a straight up comparison, I think the first one is a better made film, because I feel like because they had to be more creative, they were just that, more creative. I mean, me speak good, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I absolutely love this movie. I think it is just infinitely entertaining and definitely a must-see for horror / comedy fans. And Bruce Campbell, I mean, you can't review one of these movies without talking about the brilliance of Bruce Campbell, and like his physical comedy in this movie is just so on point. I mean, he brings to mind like the history of like John Ritter and people like that who just seem to be elastically built, like Jim Carrey and stuff like that. The stuff the guy could do just blows you away. It's just, I mean, the guy is just so great in everything he does. So those are my thoughts on Evil Dead 2, or as some people call it, Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you're a fan, if you were befuddled when you watched it for the first time and saw that it was a very similar movie to the first one, what your thoughts are. If you think I'm off the mark on my interpretation of the differences or the similarities of the two films, whatever you want to say. Please hit that like button, hit that share button. does awesome things for my channel. It makes it much more likely that people who aren't otherwise going to discover me do, and that would just be freaking fantastic, because I love talking to people about films, and if they could come check it out, that's going to make it a lot more possible, because otherwise I'm just kind of talking into a vacuum, aren't I? If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I mean, I love talking to people about movies, and that'll let you know that I have a new video out. You can come check it out. Tell me if you think I'm an idiot. Tell me if you think I'm brilliant. Tell me if you think I'm somewhere in between. Plus, let's be honest, if you're a YouTuber, you just like seeing that subscription number keep going up. So, other than that, why don't you have yourself a great day? Dead by Dan, dead by Dawn, dead by Dawn. Hey everybody, this is Matthew Movies coming at you with my